Welcome to our handmade Christmas vlog. If you guys watched last week's video, you know I had gallbladder removal surgery, and at the time of filming this, I'm almost 1 week post-op, which is very exciting. And today I'm actually having my first coffee. I've been really nervous to try coffee. I just did 1 shot of espresso with skim milk and a tiny bit of Chobani peppermint mocha creamer because a lot of people have a problem with coffee, but then a lot of people don't. So I was nervous to try coffee, but I've been just sipping on it all morning, and thankfully I haven't been having any issues, praise the Lord. So hopefully coffee is not something that will cause me any trouble going forward. Over the course of the last week, I've had a lot of downtime because I can't lift, and my amazing husband has been taking care of the baby because I can't lift her, which is really hard. So I've had a little bit more time to work on some fun Christmas craft projects, and I thought it'd be fun to take you around and show you what I've been working on. Alright, so you guys know, if you've been following the channel, that I was planning on making 2 Christmas stockings this year. I made this red and white one last year for my husband, and I made it out of a repurposed quilt block that I was originally intending for something else, and I wanted to make stockings last year, so I made this one. And I do have a video, I think, sharing some info about that, so I will link that down below and up here as well if you're interested in seeing that. And then this year my plan was to make a stocking for both me and my daughter, and realized that I probably wasn't going to get to both of them. So I started a stocking that I originally thought was going to be my pattern, and then I decided I'm probably not going to get to both stockings this year, so I wanted to make my daughter's first. And because I had already started the process, I was just going to make this stocking hers. But I was able to finish the stocking really quickly this last week, being post-op. So I know that I'm going to be able to get to both stockings, which I'm really excited about. And this one turned out really cute. I do really like it. I decided to do this hand quilting big stitch style like I did on my daughter's baby quilt. I want to do the hand big stitches again. I need to learn how to do smaller hand stitching. I think that would look really pretty, but it is really cute and it looks very handmade and homemade, which I love. Wasn't my original plan as to what I was going to do for a stocking, but something a little bit more simple is really what I needed to do this year. Between having the baby and surgery and all that kind of stuff, I originally wanted to put stars on these and have them be a little bit more similar. They were still going to be different, but they were going to match this one a little bit better. But I just did a quilted stocking, I hand stitched this one, and then I added this gingham. The gingham green is the same green that's in the little berries here, which is really cute. And then I had a basically exact match green thread that I hand stitched this with. So I'm really happy with how it came out. I have a little loop that matches fabric down here, and I ended up using this ruffle fabric. It's also what I lined the inside with, and it was from a pillowcase that I had. They're 100% linen, and when I put them in the wash, they shrunk and they're too small for like a standard pillow size. So I was able to cut them up, and I'm going to use the same fabric to make my daughter's cuff on hers and do the lining for hers as well, but she has a different pattern fabric for her actual stocking. And rather than hand stitching hers, I chose to use the sewing machine to quilt hers. I'll show you some clips of that. We're in the process of working on that one, and this was kind of my trial and error. So now I know what I like and what I don't like about this one, and I can perfect hers a little bit more. finished quilting and putting the stocking piece together, so I do need to go and iron it, but other than that, really cute, and quilting it on the machine took a lot less time. So if you are looking to make a stocking and you have not a ton of time, definitely recommend this option instead of hand quilt it. Another easy DIY that makes a big impact in my opinion is paper chains. I was looking everywhere for Christmas paper that I really enjoyed the patterns of that I could have turned into paper chains, and I personally had difficulty finding anything that I really loved the pattern on. So I did get these paper chain kits from Rifle Paper Co. I loved the patterns, I loved the colors. I think they work with our space really, really well. However, you do not need to get a paper chain kit. You can just use regular construction paper. You can find really beautiful Christmas paper. I know some people use wrapping paper. Next year, or whenever I decide to make paper chains again, I would really like to use a thick ribbon and either hot glue or sew the ribbons together. I've seen that done and it gives that paper chain look, but they're a little bit more durable. You don't have to worry about them ripping over time. The other DIY that I really wanted to do this year were these brown paper stars. I thought that these would look really beautiful with the combination of the paper chains. We are having a Christmas party this year. This is becoming a tradition, and each year I do a different theme, which is really fun. Let me know if you're interested in how I prep and plan for that. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments down below. But for these paper stars, it's super easy. All you're going to do is grab some brown paper lunch bags. If you already have these on hand, that's great. If not, they're very affordable at Walmart, Target, anywhere that you can buy brown paper lunch bags. You're going to take 7 to 9 of these brown paper lunch bags and you're going to glue them together. You can use regular glue, or in my case I used hot glue, which worked really well. You're going to add some hot glue to the bottom flap of these lunch bags, and then also add an additional line up the middle or the center of the lunch bag, and you're just going to stack these lunch bags on top of each other. I chose to stack 4 to 5 at a time, and so I had 2 stacks of either 4 and 4, 4 and 5, and the reason I did that is because when you go to cut into these lunch bags, it'll be a lot easier if you only have to cut through 4 or 5 lunch bags as opposed to 7 to 9 of them. So you can really play with how many you want. I think I did 8 or 9 in each of mine, and I chose to make 2 stars. So basically I took the 2 stacks, and on the sides I decided to cut these little designs. You can get really creative with here. I chose just to make standard triangle points at the tops, and then I did 2 little cutouts on each side. And basically I just made my cuts in one half of the lunch bags, and then I just put those lunch bags, once the cuts were made, on top of the other half of the lunch bags and followed the exact same cut. Once you finish that, you're going to want to glue the 2 stacks together. Same thing, add some hot glue to the bottom flap of the lunch bag and then up the middle center as well. Then, like an accordion, you're going to open the lunch bags. You're going to start to see that star or snowflake shape. You're going to open that up, and then you're going to hot glue one more time the 2 ends so that they connect to one another, making the star. As far as how to hang the stars or the snowflakes, I've seen the most common way is to use a hole punch. Make a hole punch at the top of the star and then either string a string or a ribbon or fishing wire or something through the top. I didn't have a hole punch and I didn't want to buy one for this project. I wanted to use things I already had. So I just took a pair of scissors and cut a little hole into the top of the star, and then I was able to string this white rope that I already had. I also used these little eyelet hooks to hang the stars, which worked really, really well. And then I had some extra paper chains that I didn't know what to do with, and because I had this white rope that was being used to hang the stars, which kind of looked out of place, I just draped a couple of the paper chains that I had left over down to the star, and it just kind of made everything come together really nicely. I also went ahead and added these battery powered twinkle lights. I use these all throughout my home during the Christmas season on garland and on little Christmas trees. I love them. They use batteries.
You can get them on Amazon. They have an on and off switch. They are super lightweight, so you can hang them on things that you don't want to add a lot of weight. They don't require an outlet, which I love. And I decided to string these inside the brown paper bags to add a little bit of twinkle, and they look awesome. So I will link these lights down below if you're interested in grabbing them, and I hope you guys will give this a try.